Okay, I don't know how to start. Do an intro, Nikki. Ready, go.
Yay! I guess welcome to the show. Live action camera. Welcome to Manifest Her, our first episode of our podcast. My name is Nikki Rock.
Yay! That was so good. My name is Brittany Lee. We're so excited to do this. It's our first episode and we have no idea what we're doing. And we haven't
At all.
invested in all the great equipment or anything. We literally decided last week that we were going to do this. And we were just like, let's just go. Because, yeah, we do FaceTime calls every Saturday. And so we're already talking all the time. So we're like, let's just do a podcast and record it because we have great conversations.
Yeah, it's something that we and Brittany is my life coach as well, by the way. She does have her own coaching business, Living Queen Energy. Shout Living Queen Energy. Woo!
It
And so when she launched that business, did you launch it last year?
was this year in
This
January.
year?
Yeah.
In January. When she launched that, I obviously wanted to be one of her first people to sign up and support her. And so she started coaching me. And so we started FaceTiming. And also at the same time, I kind of moved out of state. We were both in Utah and got to see each other all the time. But around that same time, I relocated to Louisiana. So it was a good time for us to kind of stay connected as well and FaceTime, but also for me to get some of her goodness. It helped her with a coaching. It was kind of a win-win-win, like no matter how you looked at it. And while we started that coaching, she was giving me all these golden nuggets. I was kind of helping her. And so fast forward down the road, she's like, you know what? We should totally like do a podcast. Why aren't we recording these?
Yes. Because all the time we have like the most amazing conversations and we're so focused on our growth and manifesting the life we want and becoming the women we want to be. And so many times I'm like, I wish that I wrote down what you just said because it was amazing. And so, yeah, this is really exciting for us to have like our conversations recorded and also be helping other people, particularly women, at the same time. And we're super excited. So we'll just kind of introduce ourselves and like what we're doing in our lives and like kind of how our life has led to this. Do you want to go first? Or do you want me to?
Go ahead.
Okay. So I have two kids. They are 14 and 12. I was married to their dad. We were together for almost 13 years and we got divorced about 7 years ago. So I had to figure out how to be a single mom and have my job. And my day job, I'm a data analyst. So that's how I support my family. And I just had to work really, really hard. When I was married, I was in a very, very toxic relationship. And I was a toxic person myself. And I had to work really hard to pull myself out of that. And 2 years ago, I became an ambassador for a boudoir photographer and body image activist. So last year, all year, I did that. And it was the best thing for me because I was just helping other women. I was just posting my pictures. I started getting messages all the time and talking to people that I hadn't talked to in like literally 20 years. And they were always telling me how much I was impacting them, how much I was changing their life. Every time they had a conversation with me, they were telling me that they wish they could talk to me every day because of how I make them feel. So when that year was coming to an end, I was so sad. And I was like, I've got to figure out a way to make this continue and be able to keep helping people this way because it makes me feel so good about myself. So it's like around October, I was really trying to figure out how I could do that. I had no ideas. And then one of my friends, another ambassador, she recommended Melanie Ann Layer to me, who's a coach who is amazing. Can't recommend her enough. And I started watching her. She did a free program and it changed me. It changed who I was. It changed how I viewed myself, how I felt that I could do. I was very against having my own business just because of how I grew up. My mom owned a business and I just did not want that life. And by the end of that program, I was like, I'm going to be a coach and I'm going to help women. And I just did it. So I started publishing workbooks. So I have like self-love workbooks and stuff and just talking about them and started doing TikToks. And I've just been doing that this year. and then decided to do this with you because you're my best friend, and it's just like such an uplifting thing. I try to do everything that uplifts me and keeps me in good energy and focuses on my growth, and this is just another thing to add to that. So
I
that's
just
what
want to
led me
say,
here.
watching that, yeah, watching you grow, just to kind of comment and chime in on that, has been amazing. Just to take that even further for the audience and whoever's listening, Brittany and I have known each other for, is it 10 years? How long have we
Yeah.
known each other? It's been a long time since we first met. Her and I met, we used to both work for the same company. I got hired for a university. I don't know if we're allowed to say it, so I'll just say a university.
That's all I ever say. I say a university because I don't want people to
Cool,
know. I still work there, Nikki.
right? Copyright infringement. So say a college. And when Brittany first met, just to attest like to her growth and our growth as women and as individuals and our friendship and kind of the genesis of where this started and what brought us here. I was working at the college.
I'll bleep it out. It's fine.
Um, and Brittany came in one day and I did not like her. And I don't think she liked me at first, but I know
No.
first impression, I didn't like her. I'm like, what is this chick? She's all that and a bag of chips. I mean, she came in and was like rocking it. We used to enroll people for schools. We were on the admission side, and she came in and was killing it. Oh, and I'm like, okay, one thing is I did respect her game. I am gonna say, like, I didn't necessarily like her. That's part of my own problem. I will know that, right? I didn't like her for whatever reason, and that was my own issue, but I respected her game. I respected her gangster. And so I did learn from her. And I took the time at work to learn because she came in and was like, boom, boom, knocking them out, getting enrollments, doing well, topping the charts. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to sit and learn from one of the best because she obviously knows what she's doing and she's really good at it. One of the things too about her, which is genuine, I used to think it was fake. She doesn't like attention. That's really real about her. I used to think it was fake, and that's one of the things I didn't like. I'm like, yeah, right. You like it.
I hated it. And the thing that really triggered you was that I had worked there and left for like a year, and you
Hmm.
started working while I was gone. So I came back and I knew what I was doing. And you were like,
Yeah.
she's new. She doesn't know anything. No, I knew,
Yeah.
and I was very
Yeah.
good. But yeah, we used to have to, we would celebrate anytime we get enrollment, and we'd have to walk up in front of everyone and write on the board, and everybody would cheer. And I hated that. I
She did.
hated the attention.
She did. And I'm like, you're right. You're so good. Why are you acting like you hate it?
Yeah. No, don't look at me. When I walked down the aisle for my wedding, I tried to figure out a way to get around that. I was like, I don't want to walk down the aisle and have everybody watching me.
That
But
makes sense. Now that I know you the way I know you, that's totally.
yeah. But anyway,
And
continue.
so I got to know her, and then we ended up being on like the same team and working really close together on this like pilot project and getting close. And then I started getting to know her, and then she got to know me. I wasn't the greatest person back then. I've done a lot of growth myself, and we had this big fight ultimately. And I was, woo, I used to be like cat with the claws.
It was so funny.
I
We
pulled
would
them
walk
claws.
down the hall and literally both of us would look the other direction so we didn't make eye contact. Stay away from me. I hate you. We
The
were both
worst.
very negative. We were very toxic. It's been very cool to see us change from that and
It
grow
has.
because yeah, we were not in our best place of life and we're completely different people now. And being
Yes.
able to grow together to this is so cool.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful to know and see that in each of us individually and to see it each other. Like to be able to watch you and to watch it in myself. A lot of times I think people think they can't change. Some people think you can't change others or you can't change yourself or they don't believe in the change. They're like a dog, will never change, or what is like a tiger can't change its stripes, or a snake will
Mm-mm.
always be a snake type of thing. There's people that have that mindset that's like change doesn't exist. You are who you are type of thing. And you and I are living proof change does exist. You can change if you want
Mm-hmm.
it. If you desire it, you can make yourself into the person whoever you want to be. You don't have to stay a negative. My whole life, Brett, pessimist. I was a glass half empty kind of person until now. Now I'm definitely a glass half full kind of
Yep.
person, but before majority of my life, no, empty, empty. I always saw the negative type of thing. And so, hey, you and I are living proof. And so it has been a beautiful journey to see that. But that's how her and I kind of came about. And then one day, part of that journey, I did kind of have this come to Jesus moment with myself. One of my other friends came to me and helped me have that come to Jesus moment. Like, why are you acting like that? You need to sit down and get your life together. And I did. And I went and I approached Brittany and we made up and we started healing together. And ever since then, we've been healing together and rooting for each other and having each other's growth and set in mind, and getting us to where we are today. So that's a little bit about our journey together. I think it's been really
Yeah,
nice. And we're just wanting to share that really with everybody else that's out there.
absolutely. And we really fill each other up. When I go like a couple weeks without seeing or talking to you, I'm genuinely not myself. And I'm not as positive, I'm not as happy. Like the last couple weeks, last week we did, but the 2 weeks before that we didn't FaceTime, and I was like starting to lose myself. I was like, I don't want to do any of these things. But it literally takes like 2 minutes of talking to each other where we're just like back to ourselves and happy and peaceful. So it's been really hard with you
Yes.
moving and being
Yes.
far. And we have to make sure that we're still getting our time together because,
Yes.
yeah, and seeing just really, if you don't know Nikki, you need to. She's like the best, most uplifting. We go places and everyone gravitates toward her. People are just so attracted to your energy and the beauty that you bring into the world. And I freaking love seeing it. And I feel sad for the people that don't know you. So you all need to get to know Nikki. Go follow her.
Yes.
She has a business too, Gym Head. She sells like fitness clothing and well, so there's other things that she's doing too. She's in the process of building her brand and everything. So we're very excited. On both TikTok and Instagram, the only people that our ManifestHER podcast follows is each of our accounts. So if you're looking for us, just go to who we're following, and it's only the two of us.
Yes. Support. We're both small businesses. We're both female. No matter how you look at it, you're supporting the cause. We're female, support a female business, support a small business, support minority. We are trying to come up. So go like, follow, share, whether it's the podcast, whether it's our individual businesses, if it's something that's in alignment with you, if you think someone would enjoy something that we're sharing, please absolutely spread the word. That's why we're here. You don't have to necessarily purchase, just get on board, feel the vibe. If it's something that feels in alignment with you,
Yeah.
definitely.
And we genuinely
Um,
want to connect with people. Like we want to
yes,
get to know people and talk to people. So talk to us and
yes.
get to us. I'm super excited. We have the same human design. I don't know if people know human design. Eventually we'll talk about that. But you're a projector 4/6, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So we're both projector 4/6s. Like we're the
Hmm.
same. And
Yeah.
one of the things with that is that we like to be like invited and connect and like connect people to
Yes.
people. And so
Yes.
like the more that people talk to us and stuff, the like more it fills us up and makes us really happy. So we
Yes. It fills our
genuinely
cup.
love people. Yeah.
We have this cup analogy, so you're gonna probably hear us saying that a lot.
Yeah. I say it all the time. I say it to my friends all the time. I'm sure they're so tired of it because I'm always like, are these people filling your cup or are you filling your own cup so it's overflowing so you can help other people? Because I don't think you are.
Are they taking from your cup?
Yes. Like, stop that. It's so funny. I talk about that all the time. And I think we'll
Yes.
talk about that like in more detail when we talk about like mindset and manifesting and stuff. We've talked about things that we want to talk about. I am a manifesting queen. So I will talk. Actually, this cup, the Stanley, I'll tell you. Oh, it's too bright. Um, I was looking at Stanley's a couple months ago, and I was looking at this exact one, same colors and everything. I was like, I should buy it, but I was leaving to Mexico the next week, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait until I come back from Mexico because you never know how much that will cost. And then we did a secret sister, and I opened my gift, and this is what I got, and I was so freaking happy. And that stuff just happens to me all the time. I say
Yes.
that I want something, and I get it all the time.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's something that's like a mindset thing. It really takes work, and you have to believe that you're going to get what you want, and then it just happens. So we'll
Yes.
definitely be talking about that kind of stuff.
Big and little. I witness, I watch her, I hear it, I celebrate her. Like, this girl is definitely a manifesting queen. She's not lying. I've been absolutely a witness to it. I too, we feed each other. We're like a vortex of energy. That thing that she mentioned earlier about us getting drained without each other, that's real. It's reciprocal. Here out in New Orleans, I'll just text her sometimes. I'll be like, Brittany, did you miss you. People are you. You're the standard. She's like the bar that I set all people, not just
Aw.
friends. I set like all people to the Britney bar, you know.
I do the same, especially friendships. It's hard because I get so much from you, and I get a lot from a lot of my friends. But it's hard when, like, I see all of my friends, they all make me very happy, but it's not like just something that we have. Our connection is just next level, and
It
it's super
is. It
amazing.
definitely is. It's aligned. We're so
Yes,
aligned.
we
Yay.
are.
And that Melanie Ann, she got me onto that Melanie Ann layer. One thing I love about Brittany is she's always interested in not only her own self growth, but others, whether it's me or someone else she loves or someone that she sees is struggling. She wants to take you along the ride with her. And so she'll share her resources with you. Hey, try this. Hey, have you tried? Hey, and so that's a beautiful thing about her. She put me on to Melanie Ann. That was one of the things. And this Melanie Ann layer, if you have not heard about her, you'll hear her a lot more during our conversations. But go check her out, especially if you're a female, if you're looking to get some just growth as a woman, some advice as a woman in general. Look her up. She's on all socials. She's the type of woman that has grown her business by word of mouth only. And Brittany's a perfect proof of that. I didn't know anything about a Melanie Ann layer, but word of
Yep.
mouth, my best friend came across her and showed me, and she is mind blowing. I mean, she speaks to my soul. This is the
Yes.
time of life. I'm 44, just to throw that out there. I'm 44 years old. Shout out my 40 somethings.
I forget that.
40
It's so
club.
strange. Like, I feel like as adults, everyone is my age. There's no like older than me or younger than me. Everyone is 38. That's just how it is. I forget. And you look so great. And she's a grandma. Can you even believe? Like, look at
Yes.
this beauty. She has grandchildren,
Yes.
multiple.
Multi. I'm
Mm-hmm.
glamour.
Yes. I think like
But
the
yes.
positivity that we have, like that we talk about, it does trigger people. So this isn't going to be for everybody because some people aren't ready. When
Yes.
I was going through my
Yes.
divorce and stuff, I could not stand people who were super positive. Like people that would come into work
Yes.
and be really positive, I would just look at them and be like, "Will you stop? You are so annoying." And now that's how I
Yes.
am. I turn everything around
Yes.
to something positive. I started dating someone years ago, and one of the things I loved about him is that I could be like kind of negative and like vent about things and talk about things, and he wouldn't judge that because he was the same way. And now like
Mhm.
I would never, like, I have to be with people who are very positive and stuff because I don't want to be brought down. Like I'm
You
at such
feel
a
it.
high level that if someone brings me down, I'm out.
You feel it. It's
Yeah.
cringy. It's like stabby feeling almost. It's
Mm-hmm.
so cringe. On that note, like as we started getting positive, I've removed the word hate from my vocabulary. I used to always say it. Oh, I hate that. I hate that movie. I hate fuck my life. Remember that was a thing?
Mm-hmm.
FML, fuck my life, right? But the
Yeah.
words that we speak are so powerful, so much like heavy, heavy frequencies is what I'm trying to say. I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't get that out. And so if you stop and think what that word means and the frequencies that it carry, and people use it so cavalier. And so
Yeah.
you're pulling that hate into your life every time you use it. Oh, I hate that. I hate this. I hate that. And so take it out. And now that I hear it, it's like cringe, cringe, cringe. When I
Yeah.
hear someone saying it, it's like, oh,
I haven't thought about that. And same with FML. I say that all the time, and I haven't said
yeah.
that in years. I forgot about it. It
Remember?
really, you have to change how you speak. The music you listen to, if you listen to music that's always like, we have a
Yes,
video, I should post it. There's a video of
you
us, we
should.
were driving home from a Christmas party like three
You
years
should.
ago, and we're singing this song that's like just affirmations, like
Yes.
talking about it. And we sat the whole car ride trying to learn the words so we could get a cute video of us singing it.
I
I'll
was
find
just
it. I'll have
thinking
to
of
post
that
it.
and playing that song like this
I
week.
love that song. I have a whole playlist of all uplifting songs and stuff like that. Most of the music I listen to is positive. It's usually like all lovey and cute, but I cannot listen to. Some people listen to stuff that's just so negative and talks about
Yes.
heavy negative things, which
Yes.
sometimes you're in that mindset and that's just where you're at.
Right.
That's what you want to listen to. But when that's what you listen to all the time, it becomes who you
Yes.
are. You have to
Yes.
change how you talk. You have to change the people around you because that's
Yes.
who you are.
Yes. And what you watch, I used to watch toxic, like crime, crime, crime. Not,
Yeah.
hey, there's probably a lot of crime pod people that are like, we don't like you, turn off the podcast. I'm
It's
not
so
saying
true though.
I still love my true crime. I'm not saying that, but like it was life for me. And like
Yeah.
all I watched, and I would fall asleep like all night. I'm watching true crime while I sleep, and it's seeping into your subconscious.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people getting chopped up and put into a vat of acid doesn't need to seep into my subconscious.
Yeah. I used to watch them all the time too. And now I watch them and it's just like it's the energy. You feel I like them. They're entertaining
Yeah.
to me. But it's the energy that comes from them that I can feel it like pulling me down. And I
Yes.
don't like how it makes me feel. I tried so hard.
Yes.
What's that guy that they made a show? Was it Jeffrey Dahmer? Is that the one that they made a
That's
show
one of
about?
them.
Oh my gosh.
Hmm.
I tried so hard to watch that because it's like a show and not a documentary, right? And I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna love it. I would like watch it in pieces every day. And I was like, tomorrow I'll be able to get through more. I'm just not able to do it. I never did. I had to stop because
See,
I could not get through it. And I used to watch that
it's
stuff all
different.
the time.
It's
It
different.
is.
It brings you, especially if they're saying something like we're both mothers, and if they have something on a kid, oh, it just like is getting me. I'm like, oh, I don't want to watch this stuff about what happened to this kid, like
Yes, absolutely. It's yeah, just thinking about like when you just said that we're mothers, thinking about everything like that we've been through. I'm so excited to talk about all of it because we've just been through so much together. And it's really cool that we've grown through so much that we have like two perspectives of like the person that went through it and as someone who watched it because
yes,
it really is amazing the
it
changes that we've
is.
had.
Yeah, I like that you brought that up because you'll get both dynamics. You'll get, one person that watched the other woman go through it and then the woman that went through it. And so I do like that you kind of touched on that. Anything that we get to bring up, you get to see each side. Sometimes we go through stuff and it's only that one perspective, but you get to also hear that best friend perspective. And sometimes it's hard to watch your best friend go through stuff,
Yeah.
right? And you can only do
Especially
so
dating.
much.
We
Yes.
have watched each other date some
Oh, some not good
awful
men, both of us.
I would watch both of us just and then like we have to listen to each other talk about it over. I was seeing someone for like 5 years, the same person over and over for 5 years of ups and downs and off and on. And oh, I feel so bad that she had to listen to that for so long. But I also she would bring these guys around and I would just look at them and be like, why? Why are you with him? It was so hard to
Yes.
watch.
Over and over. Oh, we got some episodes on that, y'all.
Yeah.
We're gonna have
Yeah.
fun.
We're gonna have
I just know, just to give y'all a teaser, I know this one dude. I remember one time walking into our summer party with that dude, and Brittany just gave me like the look of death. And I knew it. I was trying not to look at her because I knew I had no business being back with that dude. I was trying not to look at
especially to take it to a work thing. I was like, she thinks she's serious enough to be here with him.
I
Really?
knew it.
She's letting him
I
all night
knew it.
back in her room. Excuse me? It's so funny. I'm excited to talk about relationships. But now she's dating the greatest guy ever. I absolutely love him. And that's
Yeah.
another thing that like going through dating such crappy people and then finding the right people. Like I'm still
Yes.
single, but the last couple guys that I've dated have been amazing, just not right or the right time or whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
I am like, it really does teach you so much once you find people who show you, like, oh, this is what it's supposed to be like.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to talk about all that too.
And working on yourself, both of us had to get to that point where we stopped and was like, okay, we're attracting the same type of man, what can we do internally to kind of change things up and attract something else? And so we both accomplished that. Again, we'll have a whole relationship episode and kind of delve into that deeper. But proud to say we've both made it through. You can do it. You can do it, women, wherever you're at in life. Trust me, we've been there, we've done that. Y'all don't know the half. We done had our whole days. Look, both of us, women, don't be ashamed. You got to have your whole days. It's fine.
Yep. Especially after a divorce, I went through, it was only like a few months for me. I grew out of it quick, but I went to therapy because I was like, I'm being a hoe and I don't know why. And something's obviously broken in me. And she looked at me. She's like, maybe that's just what you need to do. And that changed
Yes.
everything for me. I was like, well, a therapist is telling me that this is okay. And it was. I grew out of it. I was fine. It was just after so many years of being put down and told that you're not enough and told that you're fat and ugly and like how awful people talk to you, and then you need validation, you need to feel good,
Yes.
and that's just something
Yes.
we've been through it.
Yes, and that'll be exciting getting into that and kind of really just breaking down what that means. Why do you feel bad? Why does hoe have to be bad? That'll be exciting to really delve into that and kind of break it up and unpack it, and give the females some power back. We were empowered through what we did and regaining our sexuality and having that power. And so that's something part of our journey into who we are. A lot of this, what we're doing is to help you have your power back. Again, if it's not for you, it's not for you. If our podcast is rubbing you wrong, that's a-okay too. But every topic, every week is going to be something different that we've gone through personally. If it wasn't one of us, it was both of us. Brittany has picked me up off the ground. When I say she is a ride or die, she is a ride or die. She has seen me through it all, picked me up, and helps me to get to where I'm at. And we're just trying to do that for anyone else that's out there as well, because sometimes you don't have someone in your corner like that. Not everybody's great. Not everybody has a friend. Not everybody, maybe you do and you don't know. You're telling yourself in your head that you don't, and things like that. And maybe you got to be more open. So, hey, we're here for you. Just pick up the dial, turn on your computer, turn on your phone. We'll be here every week. Reach out to us on social, whatever we can do to help. That's really why we're opening this door, to help you just get that power back.
Yeah, absolutely. And if there's something that you're going through specifically that you want us to talk about, you can like comment it or send us a message if you want to stay anonymous, and we can talk about it because we really do want to help other people. What we have is so special and we want other people to feel like they have us too.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. A little bit about me. I just realized we were kind of rambling. The point of
Oh
the
yeah.
podcast, I mean, that's the point, but I never did kind of tell you who I was exactly. So yeah, I'm 44. My name is Nikki Rapp. My first name's Ariane. No one ever gets it right. In fact, at work, I used to have like 5 different names. I would be like Ariane, Nikki, Nikia, Slick. It became a thing. One time I was like Mystical Sunset. I was the name of mine.
I remember.
Started calling me the names for my nail polish.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. How funny. It gets confusing for me because I have to think about when people ask her name or like what I have to think about who I'm talking to because I know the different circumstances when she uses different names. So I like pause when people ask for her name and I'm like, Or like when we're with her other friends call her Arion. So we're all together and they're calling her that, and I'm calling her Nikki, and other people are like, wait, it's confusing.
It
But
is. It's very confusing. My current boyfriend was like, "What?" It's always the thing you first meet me, especially. So throwing
yeah,
that out there. I try to keep my socials consistent, but I'm pretty sure they're still fairly inconsistent. So
yeah.
hey, that's a
Facebook
work
says
in progress.
Arion.
See?
Every time I tag you, I'm like, people are gonna be like, who is she talking about? Because I always say Nikki, but when I tag her, it says Arion.
There you go. Hey, I'm a woman of 1,000
Yes.
names, but I do have, let's see how many children I got. I have two boys that I birthed. I have a daughter that I adopted when she was 11 years old. She's 32 now, I believe, and she calls me mom. She's actually my niece. And so, niece by birth, her mother was my second sister who passed away. And so I fostered her first and then I adopted her and raised her. So three children. She has two children. So I'm a grandma to them. And then my youngest son had a daughter a year ago. She just turned one, November 22nd. So it's all
It's
kinds of
so cute.
grandma up in here.
They're all so cute. And your kids are so
Yes.
great, so well behaved. I mean, they're not, at this age, it's not well behaved. It's just like great men and
Yes.
women. They're just
Yes.
really great to talk to and have conversations with. And I love that I get to know them the way that I do. They're just great people.
Yes, Brittany's at all the events. She knows my kids very well. She is definitely the best auntie. She's always there and supporting them. And so it's a beautiful thing. I appreciate having her as
Yeah.
part of the family. And she gets to see the grands, and she's been there for all of it. So it's really nice. But that's it. Currently, what I'm going through is I left my job this year. I went out to be an entrepreneur full time. So that's what I'm working with. And let me tell y'all, I thought I was going through a midlife crisis, which Brittany has been supporting me through. I'm like, Brittany, I made all the wrong choices. What do I do? I don't know. Help
No, you
me.
made all the right choices. It just takes work.
It does. It does. And so as I work through that, the podcast is going to be kind of therapeutic for me as well, for both of us. That's part of the reason that we
Mm-hmm.
started was for ourselves as well, to kind of work through the things out loud, right? And that way, as we come up with those solutions and they work or don't work, we get to kind of speak that out loud and let you know what's working, what's not working, be a little bit vulnerable, publicly, and let you all know that this is real. I'm human and humans go through things. And I know I'm not the first person that's left her career to pursue entrepreneurship or to question it. And so I'm just going through that right now and figuring it out one day, one step at a time. So welcome to my crazy world.
It's also just been a lot for you because you left your job and moved and like all the things all at once and became like
Yes.
your son had his baby. Like it was just a lot, which I didn't go to her first birthday and I feel terrible about it. I think about it all the time. It was a couple weeks ago and I couldn't go, but we got to go
Oh,
over and see her. You
no
got to
worries.
come back. But she
I
won't be back.
know.
Eventually we'll be in the same room. We'll do podcasts together, but she's gone for a
We
while.
will. Yes, I'll be back in a few months.
Yeah. And I'm going to go out and
Soon,
visit you
y'all,
in a few
soon.
months, couple months.
Yes, she's coming out for Mardi Gras,
I am. That's the
and that's
plan.
gonna be fun.
Yeah, if I don't go
That's
that
gonna
week,
be
it'll
super
be
fun.
that month for sure. It will be fun. I'm excited. I can't decide. So if you've been to Mardi Gras, you can tell us what you recommend. I don't know if
Yes,
I want to be in New Orleans like with that many people. It sounds like a lot to me. And it's more expensive to fly and stuff that week. And I'm like, is it worth it? Or do I want to go a different week where I can like have more chill vibes and not pay so much to go? I haven't decided. But it's also your birthday. So
yes.
I don't know.
Aquarius, who's
I think that's
Aquarius?
when I'm
Write
gonna go.
in, tell us.
Yeah.
Write in, tell us if you've ever been to New Orleans. Give us your opinion. When should Brittany visit me? Should she come
Yeah.
out? Should it be during Mardi Gras? I actually moved here right after Mardi Gras, so I've never been. so I can't really give her an opinion.
Yeah. Actually, that's cool. We could do our first Mardi Gras experience together. I forgot that you haven't ever done it. That'll be
Yes.
fun.
That would be fun. I think that'd be really nice. I have been taking in all things New Orleans. This month we did Krampus. We did like
Oh,
this
I saw
Krampus
that.
trifecta. I don't know if anyone's into Krampus, but December holidays, that's what we've been taking in. So last night we went to, they do haunted houses. You know, New Orleans is a lot about like the haunted, the voodoo, the scary, and things like that. So they have a Krampus haunted house. And
Oh,
so we
that's
watched the
cool.
movie Krampus. They did a Krampus parade. So we went to that as well. It's on my social somewhere. You should be able to find it. I might need to repost it publicly if I could talk today. And then last night we went to the Krampus haunted house. So trifecta of Krampus. If you're a fan, hit me up.
That's awesome. I love it. Like they always have parades and stuff for everything. You're always posting things that are so fun. It really
Yes.
looks amazing. And there's no snow. I
Yes.
haven't had a ton of snow yet, but in Utah it's awful. I hate the snow. Some people love
Yes.
it, but
They
I'm
had to
jealous
make
that you get to they make snow.
in the Krampus parade. I don't know if you saw the clip, but the dude had like frozen ice making snow. It was
Oh
so
my
cute.
gosh. I'm gonna have to watch it
Yeah.
again.
It was
That's
cool. Watch that
cool.
clip again on my page. He's like riding his bike with this ice machine, making snow as he rode by. It was
Wow.
so cool.
That's cool. I liked the Halloween one that you went to. It was
It was
fun.
fun.
It always
It
looks
was
fun.
fun.
Such a party. I and also like this is still gonna be our time that we connect every week. So we're gonna talk about our weeks and what we're doing and stuff. There's some things that we won't talk about, but for the most part, it's just gonna be like us talking and being friends.
Yay!
I'm
Yes, all
excited.
the things. Speaking of which, you did a photo shoot today,
I
right?
did. I was
How was
actually when I
that?
was waiting for you to come on, I was like, "There's all this," because in the photo shoot, your hands are like, the whole time, all up in your hair. So
Yes.
I'm like looking, I'm like, I have like sex hair where it's all like sissy at the top. I was like trying to fix all the pieces, but it's so fine. But yeah, that's why I'm all glammed up. I have lots of makeup. It went really well. I saw like the preview of my pictures. We have to go through and pick which ones you want her to edit, and they're amazing. There's some I'll be able to post, so I'll post some. I'll show.
Yeah, show us. We want to see.
Yeah.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah, I love. I so last year when I was an ambassador, I got photo shoots basically monthly.
Hmm.
Sometimes it wasn't, but for the most part monthly. And then when she has ambassadors for a year and then she's new ambassador. So then this year I knew I was gonna have withdrawals, so I signed up for a membership that she did. So I had every couple months I did photo shoots. So today was last one of the year. And this is the first time in like 3 years that I've finished a photo shoot and I don't know when my next one is.
Hmm.
And I'm like scared. I'm gonna how am I gonna live without
Yeah, I'm
my
like, how's that
every
feel?
couple months being hyped up and feeling like a freaking babe? She moved to Vegas. I don't know if you knew that.
No.
Vegas. And actually, I don't know if she's announcing this to the world. I'll cut it out if she isn't, but she got engaged a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And yeah, she moved there with her fiance. I saw her ring today.
Fiance.
It's gorgeous. It's so perfect for her. So excited for her. So I'm very happy for her in her life and what she's doing, but I'm sad for me because I'm like, she's gonna come back once a month, I think she said next year, but I don't know. I don't know when I'll get a shoot. I We'll see.
Wow. So you can't even really sign up because she'll be down in Vegas.
Yeah, if she does anything in Vegas, if she does like sometimes she'll do things like the salt flats or like up in the mountains. Like if she does any creative ones like that, I'll do them, but I don't know how much she's gonna do. It just depends on how her life goes. She'll also be planning a wedding. So and to come down to the studio, because I think her studio has like another year lease on it or something like that. So next year
Hmm.
she'll be coming once a month, but then yeah, she has very limited availability. So if you're looking for a boudoir photographer, this is my boudoir. She's absolutely amazing, but her limited, like she's limited. So book something quickly so that you can get in because she's gonna fill up.
She's really good. She actually, not just her photography, just to talk about her for a little bit, she does these women retreats. She has women Facebook pages about body positivity, self-love. Like she's a whole vibe. Again, through Brittany, I got to meet her. Her name is Sarah, and I joined her before I went on one of her retreats. I was just part of the Facebook groups at first. Again, women, positive, self love. And before I even kind of go into that, I've always just kind of been that woman in general. Like, instead of tearing women down, like, let's try to lift each other up type. You know, you go out to the club, usually women are so catty and things. I'm the one that's like, let's give each other a compliment. So, in general, I was already kind of into the idea. And then Brittany introduced me, especially when she became an ambassador for her. I really got on super heavy, and she'll post pictures from her photo shoots in there, and she'll have people comment and post a picture of themselves and just really have all these positive quotes. And it's really just a good environment for women to be. It's safe, there's no men, right? You can just be in there and post what you want and really feel good and feel vulnerable and lift each other up. And so through that environment, Brittany had started going on her retreats and then ended up inviting me to one of her retreats. And you can't just go. Like it's a thing. It's not like open doors, anybody can go to the retreats. She has to choose you. So she's really
Mm-hmm.
very particular about who gets to go on her retreats with her. You do a whole application, she reviews it, she handpicks you and makes sure it's going to be a good fit of the women and a good experience for everyone. And so I did have the pleasure of going on a retreat. That was last year, right? In
Yeah.
August that we went. And so not only did I get to go on a women's retreat with my very best friend in the world, which was
So amazing.
but I got to do it with this amazing woman, Sarah Condi, who runs the This Is Me. And she ran it. I didn't have to think about anything. It was all planned. And it really was just like a good fueling. If you're the type of woman that's looking for self love or self work or introspection, or you're looking to grow and expand in any way, shape, or form, look her up on Facebook, join her group, you know, just kind of see what they're about in general, let alone if you want a boudoir or anything like that. But I did get to get, as part of her retreats, you get a photo shoot too. It comes with part of it. And so her photos are top notch. She doesn't even edit them, you know, they're natural,
Yeah.
like minimal or no
She
editing.
edits like the lighting, but she won't edit
Mhm.
anything on you that's like permanent. Like if it's you, it's you. She won't edit your butt to look better, like none of that. Because the whole point is to gain confidence and learn how to really love yourself. And you can't do that if you're looking at pictures that aren't really you in the back of
Yes.
your mind. So a lot of people think they have to wait to get photo shoots, like
Hmm.
lose weight or feel better about themselves. But
Hmm.
genuinely going and getting the shoot is how you gain that confidence. It
Yes.
took me like, I was in her group for like a year before I got my first photo shoot, and it was literally photo after photo of every single woman just looking absolutely stunning. And it didn't matter their size, their age, nothing. They were
Yes.
all so beautiful. And so
Yes.
I had gotten a boudoir shoot with another photographer a few months before I got one with her. And it just wasn't the same at all.
Hmm. Hmm.
It was a man that did it. And I think men
Hmm.
view women just differently than women view women,
Right.
and it was a very different vibe. And once I saw all of these pictures, I was like, it's just her. I need to go get it done. And I did not. I was like nauseous when I went.
Yes.
And by the end, I was like so obsessed with myself. It really changed.
Hmm.
That was the first thing that really changed. So I like recommend it to everyone. If you can,
Yes.
you should get it. And her retreats are
Yes.
amazing. The big ones, the ones where she goes to Mexico, or I don't know if she's going to go other places than Mexico, but those ones you have to apply. But she does like mini ones in Utah. Next year, she's only doing one.
Hmm.
But I also went to another Mexico retreat with her just in October, a couple months
Hmm.
ago. And there was a hurricane. It really
Yes.
messed up our entire thing. But even with there being a hurricane and having no power or water or anything for days, it still was such a good, uplifting experience. And I still had a wonderful time and connected with
Wow.
the friendships I've made with the women from that group are seriously, I guarantee you, the very first people who will watch this and comment is going to be the women that I've met through that group.
Yes.
They're the
Yes.
most supportive people. So if you're like looking for friends, if you're looking for
Yes.
confidence, like anything, connecting through there,
Yes.
I just recommend it so much. It really
Yes.
put me on the trajectory of completely changing my life. So I'm very
Yes.
grateful for her.
Yes, it has. Brittany has really built some good friends through there, which I love. I'm all about her finding herself and finding better friends. And I've seen her meet some beautiful women in there. And I'm really an introvert. People are surprised when they hear me say that because I come off like an extrovert.
Yeah. It's hard for me still. When you say you're an introvert, I'm like, or introvert, I'm like, are you sure? Because I don't believe it. But it really just matters how you feel.
Yeah, maybe I'm a extroverted introvert. Like I learned
Yeah.
extroverted tendencies, but honestly at heart I'm an introvert. And so going on that retreat last year, I was scared. I was shaking in my boots. You know, if it wasn't for Brittany, I might not have gone, but I'm like, I know one person, you know, I
Yeah.
clung on to Brittany. And honestly, with that, I didn't want to suffocate my best friend, right? I wanted her to be able to bloom and have her space and enjoy the things of the retreat. And I was able to do that because it was such a great group of women. I didn't have to be like, I wanted to in my head, right? Like, it's gonna like
Yeah. It was hard for me too. I had to think. I had to like consciously give you time to yourself. Especially, I remember her boyfriend had told her like they were working on drawing. I just remember that you were had it in your head to try to draw. I don't know what your goal was, but you were trying to
oh
draw.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so I knew that you like needed time to yourself to sit in like peace and draw the ocean and the beautiful view and all the things you're doing. And I was like, I gotta stay away. I gotta let her have her time. But I'm glad we did. One of my favorite moments of that retreat last year was so we had like a private beach so we could walk down and be on the beach by ourselves. And I went down while Sarah was doing photo shoots for other people. So I was by myself, sitting on the beach with the waves like coming and crashing up on me just for like an hour. And like not very many people get to just go sit on a beach and be alone because beaches are so packed now. And so having that experience was so uplifting and fulfilling to me. And I'm so grateful that I had that. And if I would have just stuck by your side, I wouldn't have experienced that.
And I've never actually done anything like that. So, women, let me tell you, if you have not just done a sisterhood type of thing for yourself, seek it out, find it, whether it's far away, short, local, if it's a long, a couple of days, if it's 1 day, 2 day, seek it out. There's something about being surrounded by women and having that sisterhood that really you're not gonna find it. We're women. We get to just be women. No men, no masculine energy. I mean, we obviously have a little bit of both, right? But just
Mm-hmm.
being in our feminine and in our divine and tapping in and just nurturing and supporting and just it was so, so good and so, so yummy on so many levels. Man, I loved it. I really would
Absolutely.
highly recommend that to anyone.
And especially embracing that feminine side, like when you come back and you are around men, like people that you're seeing, like I feel like it makes us shine that much more. It makes
Yes,
men that much more attracted to us because we have this
yes,
energy about us that's so uplifted because we've experienced being so fulfilled by everyone
yes,
else. So finding
yes,
friends that like are always like that, I'm so grateful that I have friends I can have like super deep conversations with. My headphones falling out, and just like feel really good all the time and so uplifted and motivated, and I just feel so good. So when I do talk to men, I like try to have the same. I have deeper connections with men because I've put so much focus on my connections with women. So it like helps
yes.
everything.
Yes, love that. I love how you painted that because you're filled up as a woman.
Yeah.
You're supported. You got to do that introspection, whereas if you're always a lot of times as a woman, we can empty ourselves out, especially since we are the receiver. We're used to giving, 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 to the men. Sometimes you just gotta step away, and be filled up by the women, and you come back stronger and better and more whole. So I love that you spoke to that. Like, take your time for just your sisters sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
and what they have to say and their energy and their support. Like, we were naked, y'all, like all the things. It was just so amazing to just
Yeah.
be there and be in your skin and not have to think about male energy or male thoughts or male anything, and just be able to be a woman.
Yeah, absolutely. And you saying that we were naked just reminded me so this last retreat after the hurricane, since we didn't have any water, we couldn't shower for days. And in Mexico, like
Mhm.
it's humid and we were hot and sticky and gross and it was nasty. And there was like a tropical thunderstorm and it was just pouring rain the third day after the hurricane. And so we literally all got completely naked and put soap all over our bodies and we showered in the rain and like just sing and like I have videos of us like dancing and singing. Have I not told you
Yeah,
this? Okay.
but I'm just
But I have
reliving
to send you
like,
videos. Yeah. I it was like it's such a small thing. But when you
yeah,
haven't been able to shower, when you go through something that is like a traumatic
yes.
for some people, for some of us, it was very traumatic. For some, it was not. But it
Mhm.
was an experience, and to go through something like that, and then just like the freedom of just being naked in the rain
Yes.
and like having it just clean us, it was
Yes.
core
Yeah.
memory for sure. One of my top
Yeah.
memories ever, and just and the people I was with, they just make me so happy. I can just like see
Yes.
them in my mind right now dancing, and it just makes me so happy. I love them so
Yeah.
much.
That just took me back. Like, we didn't shower in the rain, but we got to dance in the rain when you and I went. And so just
Oh
imagining
yeah.
like being able to shower too, especially after a trauma, because you're kind of like washing that away too.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like even next level, you
Yeah.
know?
I
Yeah.
forgot. Me and her, we were at the like top of the house. I don't know how to like the roof. And
Hmm.
we were alone and it was raining and we were up there dancing. And that was the first time I've ever danced in the rain.
Yeah.
I was so happy to do that. It was cold though. We were freezing.
Which if you haven't got to do that either, highly recommend.
Yeah. That was fun.
Things
That
like
was a
that,
great trip.
yeah, that are rejuvenating and free. I think we just take so much on in life, especially as women. We carry so much of a load on our shoulders, and sometimes you gotta just let it all off, strip
Yeah.
it all off, let it go, and just be free. There is something to be said about that.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing I don't recommend though is skinny dipping in the ocean because I sure did that. And we were out in the ocean and all of a sudden I feel something on, I don't know if I could say the word, on my feet. And I'm like, what is that? So I get out of the water and there's something stuck to me. And I had to, it was like a black, I don't know if it was a leech. It didn't look like, it was more beetle looking, but I had to pull it off my skin. It wasn't like I just could wipe it off. It was stuck to me. I had to pull it off and it was, I'm traumatized from that. So I don't know. If you go in the ocean, be careful. At least have bottoms on.
Audience question: does anyone pee in the ocean? Write in, tell us.
Absolutely not. I have seen Grey's Anatomy, Nikki. Haven't you seen? There are things that swim up. No, absolutely not. I will not in pools either. I am not getting infections. I have no. And people do around me all the time. And I'm just looking at them like, you're insane. A big worm is going to crawl up you. You're going to end up in the hospital. I can't do it. Do
I have
you?
to confess, I used to until this trip. And Brittany scared me. This is what
Because it's terrifying.
Brittany's like, you ain't seen Grey's Anatomy?
It is. I can't. There's no way my mind would let me even like I could be like desperately needing to go to the bathroom. I'll go like squat on the beach in front of a million people before I pee in that water. It's not happening.
Scared me out of it, y'all. She scared me.
I'm glad. I don't want you to have worms up in you. I didn't know that I did that. That's so funny.
Yes. And I remember that I was there in the ocean skinny dipping. We were all skinny dipping. And I remember her saying, she's like,
That was a great time.
memories. It's all about the
Yeah,
memories, man.
it is. I'm excited.
You only get to
Um,
live once.
I think I mistake number one from our first episode. Did you look at what time we started? Because I sure didn't.
Yep, three after.
Okay, good. We haven't been talking. I was like, have we been talking? Because sometimes we'll talk for like hours and then it's just
Yes.
over. Like, oh
Nope,
man.
we're almost there. It's almost time to wrap it up and talk
Okay,
about
good.
next week's episode.
I'm glad
And
you have your life together enough to look at the time. I don't. I
sometimes.
Yeah. Are you doing anything fun this weekend? You guys have plans tomorrow, right? Aren't you?
Yes, yes, I am. So let's see. Tomorrow, one thing I've been doing here is going to Saints games. So
Oh yeah.
tomorrow we're going to see the Saints play. I forget who we're against. So don't fault me for that if you're a football fan.
The people watching, especially my other best friend, her name is Brittany. She's a
Hmm.
big Saints fan and she wants to go to a game so bad. So I know at least one person is going to watch this and be like, she doesn't even know who they're playing and she gets to go and
Right?
I'm stuck here in Utah. I already
She's gonna
know.
be like, lame. My disclaimer, y'all, whoever's listening, my real team is the Steelers.
Mm. So
The
have you
Saints
gone
are
to
my
go to
number
a
two
Steelers
team.
game?
What's that?
Have you gone to go to a Steelers game?
No, sadly. I've never once
Oh,
been to a Steelers game. I've never been to an NFL game until I started dating Jensen, and now I've been to like eight or nine. So it's
that's
pretty
cool.
amazing. Yeah, so we're gonna go tomorrow to see. We went last week too. We played the Lions last week and lost. I've only seen the Saints win once out of these nine games.
Oh,
It's so sad. They
that
keep
is
losing.
sad. The games where they win is the best. It's so much fun. Don't they play
Yes.
the Steelers? Have they not come?
So we're in different conferences. The Steelers are in the
Oh, okay.
AFC and the Saints are in the NFC. So it's rare. Sometimes the different
Like
conferences
it
play
do different conferences play in the playoffs or not until the Super Bowl? Do the conferences
in the
come together?
playoffs, yeah. But
Okay.
some years they don't even like last year. In fact, we've been together 3 years. We haven't played each other in like the 3 years.
Wow.
So, but sometimes they have played each other before. And like this year, no, we're not playing each other at all. So going to see the Saints. And then Broadway, they have Broadway shows here in New Orleans.
Oh my gosh, I want to go. When I go out there, we have to go to a Broadway show. I've
That
never
would be
been to
fun. So
one.
I'm gonna see Wicked.
That would be so fun.
I've
I'm so
literally
jealous.
always wanted to see Wicked since I was a kid, since it
Yeah.
was in New York, since it came out. It's been out forever and ever and ever. And so tickets were a guap. I mean, it's Broadway
Yeah.
show and it's Wicked, but I'm like, I fucking deserve it.
Yeah.
So, and I got a new outfit. I should have brought my shoes up on camera to show. I have to show y'all next week, but I got myself a little
So
outfit to treat
exciting.
myself. It's all blingy and
We'll
cute.
post pictures on our
Oh,
Instagram. We'll put
I
pictures of
can't
it.
hear you all of a sudden.
Oh,
I'm
can you hear me
struggling.
now?
Oh,
Oh
first podcast
no.
fail. I think it's because my second screen went off. Cameraman, his second screen went black. It must have something to do with that. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
you hear
can just
me?
hear you panicking. You just can't hear me
I can't
responding to
hear
your
you.
panic.
Baby, can't tech man.
Jensen, SOS, SOS.
What the heck happened, Bobby? Why can't I hear you? Hey,
Oh
don't judge
no.
us, y'all, when you listen to this. Because
Let me
we
see.
know it's a little ghetto, but it's our first time. It's all right.
I was gonna just cut this out, but now I'm gonna leave it. I know she can't
No,
hear me, but you guys can hear me. Can you hear me? No.
this is lame. Yeah.
I wonder if it's
Okay,
me.
can you
You
hear
hear me?
me? Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yay.
switched speakers. Yay!
I was telling them and not you that I was just gonna cut that out, but then it was funny, so now I'm just gonna leave it in. They're gonna watch your struggle.
It's our pilot episode. I mean,
It
just leave
is.
it in. It's fine.
I'm
We'll
excited.
always laugh about it, especially when
Yeah,
we're like big and famous.
absolutely. I did find a microphone, so I didn't want to like start investing in stuff until a little bit, especially because we literally just decided this a week ago. It's like a lot to
Yes.
do, and it's Christmas. But I found a microphone that's like rose gold and white, and it's so beautiful. And I'm like, I need that in my life, so I'm buying that next week.
That's cute. I
I'm
was looking
excited.
on Amazon. I might treat myself like after a couple episodes. It's like a little podcast thing. And it's
Oh,
like this little
like the
thing. You can
sound
get one for
boxes?
like $40 with like sound effects.
Yeah, they're cool. I want to get a microphone and headphones before that, but yeah, you can be our sound effects person.
But Jensen has this for work. So I got a little mic.
Oh, that's good. I need a mic. You're gonna sound better than I sound. I have my AirPods, which is better than just the computer, but what were
Yeah.
we talking about when the sound went out? You were telling something. Oh, the Broadway show. I said we have to post pictures after you go.
Okay.
We'll post them on the Instagram.
That'll
That's
be
when.
fun.
What day are you going?
Wednesday.
Oh yay! That's gonna be so fun. How
That'll be dope.
exciting!
What are you
I
doing?
so tonight I have a Christmas party. I'm going to an ugly sweater party,
Ooh.
and
What's your
tomorrow
sweater?
I'll wear it next week.
Okay.
So, because we're gonna do a holiday episode, and so I'll
Okay.
wear it. I'll show you. But I love it because it's like Santa playing the drums, and it has little bells. So when I shimmy, the bells jingle. I wear it every year. She has an ugly sweater party every year, and I never get a new sweater because I'm like I get to wear it once a year, and it gives me an excuse to just walk around shimmying all night, and I love it. It makes me happy, so I don't ever buy a new one. So I'm doing that
That's
tonight.
awesome.
I'm excited. My kids will be with me. They're not usually with me when I go to parties over there, so I'm excited to have them.
Yay.
And tomorrow, because I've been so busy. Yesterday I had a Christmas party. Today I had my photo shoot and then this and then the party. And so tomorrow I just want to sit with my kids all day and literally do nothing.
Yes.
I'm just gonna sit. And plus, I had surgery last week. Did I even tell you that I
Oh
was getting surgery?
yeah.
Yeah. So I am supposed to try staying seated as long as possible and have my foot elevated. So I've kind of been doing a lot this weekend. So I've got to sit and have my foot rest.
Yeah, I'm like, you haven't been elevating that foot at all, have you?
Not well, it's like I have a box right here that's up on, but it's not that elevated. But doing my photo shoot today, it was like some of the poses, I'm like, trying to pose on my foot. It was rough, but the pictures are great. I'm excited.
Worth
I can't
it.
wait. Yeah, it is worth it. So I'm doing that. And then during the week, my daughter has a like band recital concert thing.
Okay.
I'm going to that, but that's it. I don't really plan things during the week. I always have my kids Monday through Friday and we just hang out. I spend all my time with them.
Band
So
recital's
we don't do
fun.
a ton. Yeah,
Yeah,
it'll be
that'll
fun.
be dope. I miss stuff
And
like that.
yeah, once they get
Yeah.
older, like that's why I've been so for Black Friday this year, I did not want to go. I did not want to wake up early. And then I was thinking about it and like my kids were like, it's our tradition, we have to. And so I finally gave in and we went. And the reason was because they're gonna grow up and they're gonna move out. And I need excuses. And now I'm gonna be the one being like, it's our tradition. You have to come see me. We have to
Yep.
go shopping.
Yep.
And so I think about those things. So I'm like, they're not going to be little forever and going wherever I tell them to. So I got to tough it out, get myself out of bed at freaking 5 in the morning. Blech. I don't like that.
Yeah. That's rough.
It
All
is.
right. Well, we're at time next week. What are we talking about? Holidays, right?
Yeah. I think we should just talk about all the holidays, like things that we do. What, because I am super into it. I do a lot of stuff for my kids. If you are looking for
You
ideas, I
do.
will have ideas for you. I'm very
You
excited
do.
about what I'm doing this year. So yeah, we'll talk about all the holiday stuff. I'll wear my ugly sweater. Give me an excuse so I can wear it twice this year.
Yay.
And yeah, and then after that, I think we'll get more into like mindset, manifestation, relationships, all that. I'm excited. It's gonna be fun.
Fun. So tune in next week for our holiday special. We'll have some ugly sweaters and fun Christmas things on. And hey, we appreciate you tuning in for our first pilot episode of Manifest Her. Share it, like, subscribe, and it's been a lot of fun. We appreciate you being here. And
Yeah.
once again, I'm Nikki Rapp,
And I'm Brittany Lee.
and we appreciate you.
Yeah.
Much
Thank you so
love.
much. Bye.